All right, hello and welcome to the Beard Before Wicket podcast. For those that don't know who said woo, that's Tez, because he knows what a gig is like. And I'm hoping this is an easy one. Thank you to Pepe's. By the way, I can't see any of the guys here, but they're obviously grafting downstairs, getting your food ready for later on. Ravi, thank you for coming through, bro. We've got the India-Pakistan game on at the moment. People are going to be listening or watching this in a week's time, so we're not actually going to be referencing the game too much. But I will say right now it's 113 for 2, and you probably can hear that excitement in my voice. Because Pakistan in control. Is that better for you, Rash? Are Pakistan in control?
I think at the moment it's probably 50-50. We don't know yet.
How's it 50-50, brother Ravi? Are Pakistan in control?
I'm not sure about that Pakistan bowling lineup. I'm not sure they can defend 180.
Wow.
Well, we'll wait and see then, eh?
Yeah. Ravi, were you ever an India fan when you were growing up?
Maybe when I was really young. So the days when Sachin was playing, those sort of days, yes, I did. I used to love watching India. And to be honest, as soon as Sachin got out, I just turned the TV off and carried on with my normal life. But I did support India for a bit, and then I grew up and realised.
What did you realise? Hold on, what did you realise?
Well, I actually realised that I don't support anyone. I just stopped supporting teams. I think once you become a professional cricketer, you kind of stop supporting teams. You just start focusing on your own team a little bit.
Did you ever support England before you played for England?
No. I didn't watch him.
No, same.
I didn't watch him. But we didn't grow up like that. Yeah. We didn't grow up. Our parents, so my parents are from India. We grew up watching India. So if India were playing, then that was what was on the TV. If England were playing, it was never on the TV. So we were never watching England. I didn't even know what the Ashes was.
Until when?
Until I played it.
Wow.
I promise you.
No way.
I had no idea. No idea what the Ashes was. And they were making a big deal about it. So you had all the press and everyone was going crazy. It's the Ashes. I was like, what's the fuss? And they said, you know this is like a long tradition. That's when I learned about it.
How old were you then?
21?
2009? Yeah, I was about 25. 23.
You were 23 years old when you first learned about the Ashes?
Yeah.
Mad. For clarification, Ravi, you were in England at the time, right? You lived in England?
Yeah.
You were born in England.
He was born in England.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, Pakistan, the sigh you heard was from Rash, because Pakistan, I think someone's out, yeah. Rash, I'm guessing you're a part-time Pakistan fan? Don't lie to me.
Yeah, probably part-time. Apart from England, I would say Pakistan. But I actually do enjoy watching India play, just cricket itself, but don't mind seeing Pakistan win.
When Pakistan play England, obviously you support England, right?
No, Pakistan.
You support Pakistan?
Obviously England, mate.
I was going to say.
Obviously England. No, but I did support Pakistan as a young kid, growing up watching them. But obviously when you play for England, that's when things, start changing. You support England for whoever you play for, so that's what it was for me.
Did you get peer pressured when you were playing for England to support England?
No.
There must be players going, no, you definitely got to support England.
No, not at all.
But you get that a lot from your friends, though. As in, like, a lot of them still support Pakistan, but they want you to do well. They go, as long as you do well, but we want Pakistan to win. So you get that a lot of that generally.
A lot. I remember getting abused at some cricket grounds playing against India.
Really?
Yeah, calling me traitor and I said, what are you talking about? I'm born in England.
No, honestly, I'd probably be one of the people saying that.
You probably were.
We had this conversation ages ago, and I said I've always supported Pakistan, and obviously people in the comments were like, what, you were born in England? But there's a lot of people in the crowd today who were probably born in England and support Pakistan or India. So I have something to defend myself on then. When you watch Pakistan now, like we're watching Pakistan right now, and same for you, Rav, are you supporting Pakistan, or are you just watching this as like a casual fan?
No, I'm supporting Pakistan. Yeah. So I actually enjoy watching Pakistan play. I know sometimes it's a bit stressful.
Painful.
It is for a lot of people. But for myself, it's not so much. But when they do play against India or whoever, I actually do support Pakistan. So hopefully they can get a win today.
I'm sitting here as a casual fan.
That's a lie.
Yeah. No, honestly, I couldn't care less who wins.
All right, hold on. So when you go home tonight and Pakistan have won, you walk through the door.
I am looking at who's winning the Ryder Cup.
Oh,
the World
is
Cup?
he even a cricketer?
I'm watching
the Ryder Cup. This is a big golf competition.
Yeah, I don't know about golf. No interest in golf.
It's like Ryder Cup's where Europe play America, right?
Yeah.
And there's like different teams.
It's going off at the moment, yeah.
Describe going off. What's going off?
Well, the crowd are abusing all the players and the players are abusing them back. There's all sorts going on. There's fingers going up and swearing, all sorts. It's a good watch at the moment. If you like golf, and I'm assuming not many people in this audience like golf.
People are switched off. They heard Ryder Cup and switched off. We're not going to be talking about golf, thankfully. It's going to be cricket. Rav, I got to ask you, because we actually know each other quite well, but what I don't know is where your cricket journey started. Like what happened? Where did it start? Who put the ball or bat in your hand?
Okay, so my earliest memories of cricket. So my uncle, my chacha, he took me to the park. You know those little cricket sets that you can buy? It's got the little stumps, a tennis ball in there, little bat comes in there. You can buy it from a random shop on a high street. So he takes me to the park, me and my brother, and throws a ball. And I'm going to hit the ball, obviously missing it. I was about 6 years old at the time. And the bat swinging all the way around because it's too heavy for me. So swinging all the way around is hitting me in the back of the head. So after a while, I've gone, listen, I hate this game. So I've told my uncle, nah, I don't like playing this game. But my dad used to play a lot of cricket on the weekend. So a lot of Sunday cricket. And there was nothing else to do at home. So me and my brother used to beg him, take us. So we used to go and we used to play on the side. And then play on the side. And then about 8 or 9, back in the day when people used to play out in the streets, right? You don't see it much now. But we used to climb the gates of a school once the school had finished, and then start playing cricket with all my mates and stuff like that. And that's where I learned. They were all older than me, so tape ball cricket, and that's pretty much where I learned all my basics of cricket. That's where it came from. And they were all like 4 or 5 years older. I guess I was lucky in a way.
Did you know then that you were going to be like a... How would you describe yourself as a batter? Before I say like power hitter and Rash is like, what? How would you describe yourself as a batter?
Probably versatile.
Okay.
So pretty much play in any conditions. I fancy myself in any conditions, not just... I can. That's a big 6, yeah. Playing in any condition. So if it's turning, I feel like I can still score runs. If it's quick and fast, I feel like I can still score runs. If it's a slow pitch, I feel like I can still score runs. Where a lot of batters, particularly these days, are one type of pitch players. And that's fine, because then they're very dangerous on that particular pitch.
Rash, who put the ball in your hand?
I think I've said it before quite a few times. I think I got into cricket from my dad. I think from early age, I think of age 5 or 6, threw me the ball, bat, used to take me to the local park, in the house, in the cellar. Lost another wicket. Well, sorry guys, I'm getting distracted here. But yeah, so from a young age, my dad really got me into it. He didn't really know much about the game. He just knew bits and bobs of whatever he knew. So he taught me about leg spin bowling, the basics of it. And just from there, things, I think, kicked off. I think the main thing was the sacrifice that he made from a young age of taking me everywhere, putting it in me, instilling it in me, in my head of always looking to work, get better, and enjoy it. I think so. For my side, definitely my dad from a young age got me into it.
That's the thing. Parents play a massive part. Massive part. Because it was the same. My dad used to take me everywhere. So if I had a game up in Yorkshire, he would take me to Yorkshire and come back straight after work. He would take me to training and that sort of stuff. He obviously didn't know that cricket wasn't really seen as a profession. He just knew I loved playing it, so he used to just take me, and then the rest is history.
So that's what I was going to say. Like, did your parents? I know you said this to me before. That like cricket for you was the one and only thing, innit? You weren't really planning for anything else.
No, actually, no, I wasn't. So, but also the thing was.
Actually, to be fair, you should tell people here what you thought you might be if you weren't a cricketer.
Let me ask the audience. Anybody know what I would be? Jaff, what would I be if I wasn't a cricketer?
Doctor. No.
Doctor.
So what's a doctor? It's not definitely not a doctor.
Probably a taxi. Probably not a taxi driver, I reckon. That's what I said. Probably a taxi. But no, I think from a young age, it wasn't always looking to play professional cricket. It was just a thing of things just unfolded, enjoy the game. And when things got serious, it was probably at the age of 15, 16, 17, when you actually break through the county setup and then think, okay, there's a potential I could play professional cricket, first team cricket. So it was only probably the age of 16, 17. So our young age is never a thing of, right, I want to play professional cricket. You just enjoy the journey, enjoy your teammates, and really have some fun and let things just, unfold as it is.
Rav, did you?
Same, pretty much the same. I think it was about sort of 15. I played an under-19s game for Essex in a final or a semi-final. Ended up scoring 150, and then we were up in we were staying in the hotel at that time, and we were pissing around. We were throwing stuff out the window, and kids, yeah. And then the CEO of Essex comes upstairs, knocks on the room. He goes, "Listen, you need to be on your best behaviour. We're going to sign you next week." So I was like, "Oh." Straight on the phone to my dad, and I was like, "Listen, they're going to sign me." And but you're right. You don't think about it wasn't really seen as a job back in those. And now, with the amount of money that's in cricket, now parents are going, "I want my kid to be a professional cricketer." Back then, it was like, "No, study, do this, do that, and forget about cricket." But
what were you going to do if you weren't a cricketer?
Eggs in one basket. I only had one. I had to make it. I had no other choice. I had to make it. And my mum was saying, "Listen, why don't you do your studies as well alongside cricket?" I went, "Nah." And then as soon as I left school, I went to college for about 3-4 months, and then I told the teacher, "Listen, I'm leaving. I'm going to go and try being a cricketer." And that was it.
So you were like 16.
Just after school, yes, I would have been 16.
So why at that point did you think like, yeah, I'm going to be a cricketer? Because you hated studies? Or
yeah, I didn't like going. I didn't like going to school. I didn't like going to the college. And at that time, I was dominating my age group, and the age group above as well. So and men's cricket as well. So I was scoring a lot of runs in men's cricket as well. So I was thinking, when you're young and arrogant, you just know, right? You just think, "I think I'm better than everybody else. Surely this is my calling," and then just stuck with it.
Did you play against him at that age? Around that time?
No. I think first I came across Rav was when, Rav? 2000?
Would have been county cricket, because he's much younger. How old are you now? 38?
37.
37.
Are you 38?
I'm 40.
Are you 40?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still going strong.
Still going strong.
Wait, so where was your first meeting?
I think probably around 2000, maybe 7, 8. Because I made my debut in 2006. Before then, we didn't actually cross paths. We didn't play no age group together or anything like that. So
I reckon
we did play
when we started playing for England.
2008,
I reckon
2009.
that's when we first sort of met.
Yeah, 2008,
I was like,
2009.
"Oh, another Asian in the squad." Yeah. I've got someone to hang out with.
Wait, where was Mo at this point?
Well,
He's the same age?
Yeah, but he was playing county cricket in Lions, and that's when he was starting to really come into it.
Yeah.
Because that time it was Saj Mahmood, myself, Rash, Awais Shah at that time.
Rob Key.
Rob Key.
I think he was naming South Asians.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
I'm sure Rob Key's not Asian.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, not Rob Key.
Rob Key.
Yeah,
Mascarenas.
Yeah.
But he's Australian. Yeah. Sri Lankan Australian.
For those that can't hear, there's a member in the crowd who thought Mascarenas was Asian. Is he not Asian?
He's Sri Lankan.
Sure, so he's Asian.
Yeah, he's background
Thanks.
Sri Lankan. But he's a full-on Aussie.
I see.
He's a proper Aussie.
I see. You just said when you first saw Rash, like a fellow Asian. Was it actually like that?
That's just a
Yeah. No, we got
natural
on
thing,
straight
though,
away.
innit?
Yeah.
That's a natural thing. Even now, when you have a fellow Asian come into it, just naturally you just click. You like the same things. You have that same vibe, and
You like the same things
We're,
as well?
no, we're inner city kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when you're young, you get up to the same stuff. When you say, "What did you do when you're young?" You're doing the same stuff I was doing.
But I think it's more so the language as well. It's like sometimes when you speak to one another, you can be yourself and just chill and talk. Sometimes when you are around different people, you got to be a bit more professional. So I think that's another thing that you can just let loose and relax in that way as well, if you know what I mean.
I was definitely listening to what you said, but someone's just had an absolute stinker there batting for Pakistan. I think it's Hussain Talib. Anyway, let's continue. More importantly, Pakistan are choking as usual. There was an Indian fan there who was just laughing. I think it's our cameraman having a laugh. You just saying then like the language stuff and food and all these kind of things that sort of connect like South Asians. Was that part hard in what happened?
No, I don't know why. I don't know why is Ravi laughing. Why are you laughing, Rob? I got a feeling you're gonna say something then.
Was that part hard about like breaking into the England setup at the time?
No, I didn't think it was difficult. I made my debut when I was 21, so it happened all before I really could think about it happening. I had a couple of good seasons, and then suddenly I'm in the squad. Someone got injured. I think it was Kevin Peterson got injured, in fact, on the Ashes trip, on the one-day trip. So then I got a phone call, and I was out. And so I got the guy was in Australia, the selector. And he calls me, and I think it was about 11. It might have been midnight in the UK, and I'm out with the boys. You know what I mean? I'm in the car, the music's on loud, and I'm like, I can't hear you. I don't know whose number it is because he's rang me on unknown number. I can't hear you. Turned it down, and he goes, it's an England selector. We need you to fly out to Australia. So I was like, oh shit. And then the rest just happened. It unfolded, and there you go.
Mad. Rash, I don't think we've actually discussed this before. When you went into the England setup, what was it like? I can't. Was Mo there? Mo wasn't there.
No, it wasn't. Like when I was there, when I went there, it was likes of Kevin Peterson, Strauss. Because I got in 2008, 2009. I was 20, 21 then. So I think at that time it was different. It's completely different to what it is now.
How do you mean? How do you mean it was completely different?
I think the whole environment's a lot more relaxed, chilled. People can express themselves a lot more now. Back then, especially when I came in, I felt a lot more under pressure. There's a lot of expectations of, you have to perform, you need to perform. If you don't, you're out. And that played a big part in just generally how you are as an individual in the group. But I think also that time when I was around, there wasn't many Asians in that way as well, where you can connect to. Sometimes, it can get a bit lonely at times, but I think that definitely that atmosphere is a lot different to what it is now. Now it's a lot more chilled, relaxed. People can just be their own selves, and it's a lot more accepting.
Who was like the person in the dressing room that sort of like welcomed you? You said Rob Keane, aren't you?
To be fair, it was because I got along with him
why
really
Rob
well.
Keane's South Asian.
He's a good lad. No, but so I think Freddie Flintoff. I think Flintoff, Kevin Peterson.
Freddie was very good.
Fred and KP were very good with ourselves as well. They welcomed us really well. Spent a lot of time actually with Fred as well, going out for food, and he really looked after me in on the pitch and also off the pitch as well. So I think Fred and KP have been two who looked after me quite well.
Take me into the dressing room there. You also said Freddie as well. What does looking after look like?
Fred was, I guess he was a bit of a father figure because he had been around for a lot longer than us, and then we're quite young coming into the squad. So he made sure he took us under his wing. So that's what I mean by him being, he's a solid guy. And you need people like that. When you first come into the squad, you need people like that to make you feel welcome.
Who are the people now in the dressing room that welcome people? You're probably one of them now, no? Because you're one of the senior.
I welcome
because you're one of the more senior people now.
Yeah, well, I think I am. I'm 37. I think the next youngest is Butler, who's 35. I do actually feel quite old now in that dressing room compared to a lot of them. We've got some kids who are 20, 21 coming in. But I think, like I said, now it's different. I think everybody's gets along with everybody else. They played a lot in the circuit as well. In county cricket, they played with each other. They played Lions with each other. So they're quite good with one another. So there's no need really to get involved in that way, in that sense as well. So it's quite easy now.
Was it in the back in the days? Was it that you didn't know everyone else in the setup, or just because it was I don't know, talk me through why this is now different?
I think it's because of franchise cricket. Now that everybody plays with each other, and so when you do go into the England squad, you may have played with that England player somewhere along the line in franchise cricket. So you get to know each other a bit better on the circuit now. Everybody plays against each other all the time. That's why sledging's gone out of the game. Because everyone's just mates now, because they play with each other in the PSL or the IPL or whatever, Big Bash. You end up being friends. So sledging's gone out of the game.
We say this all the time, and I hate that sledging's gone out of the game. Franchise cricket is good because there's more opportunities for young cricketers. There's more opportunities for aging cricketers. It's gone.
No, but it's still there though. Did you not watch the Pakistan-India game last time?
Yeah, but it's Pakistan-India.
They don't play together. They don't play together. They will hardly know each other.
Oh.
No, I didn't pick that.
Just watching that, I thought it was gone.
I can't explain to you for audio listeners what's happening here, but you can probably figure out that Pakistan are just all over the gaff now. There's 133 for 6, and therefore we're just not going to talk about the cricket anymore. We're just going to talk about this situation that's happening here. I can't remember what you were saying. What was Rash saying? Sledging. Thank you. Someone's paying attention in the crowd. Apart from obviously this Pakistan-India, we obviously saw it in the latest England-India game, but it doesn't really happen that often anymore.
Hardly.
No, it doesn't.
And I think it's missed.
Hardly.
Do you miss it or no?
I think to a certain extent you do miss it, because when you have that thing, people get up for it. They have that fire in their belly, and there's also excitement to watch. The excitement.
That's the only thing I find a little bit tough now, going into games, because I'm 40 now. I need something to get me up, and I used to like going to the ground knowing that that's the guy. He's the one I'm going to get up against and all that sort of stuff. And there was that little bit of, and now everyone's just too nice to each other. You know what I mean?
It is because of franchise cricket.
Yeah.
And also a lot of my good friends on and off the pitch as well, so they don't really sledge. Whereas, like I say, back in the days, there was no franchise cricket. You just play against each other and they'll give everything there.
Ravi doesn't strike me as the sort of person to sledge anyone.
No, Rav's quite very, actually, he's laid back,
I was
relaxed.
terrible when I was young, though.
Oh, yeah.
When I came in, early age, sort of 18, 19, 20, up until about 25. That's when I quieted
When you figured out what the action was.
Yeah. But before that, I was really, really bad. I'm an East London boy going into cricket. I was abusing everyone. Everyone. I didn't really care as well at that time.
Who's you just said like sometimes you'd come in and you'd go after someone. Can you remember anyone that you'd like proper go after?
I remember going after Yorkshire boys. They came and played us in a semi-final at Chelmsford, and that time we had an unbelievable one-day side. We were beating everyone, and I was probably the youngest player in the team at that stage. So I just remember just getting stuck into. They both ended up being my coaches actually. So Darren Lehman and Anthony McGrath at Essex. So I played under Anthony McGrath and I played under Darren Lehman now, but I was abusing them too.
When you were young?
Yeah.
Mad. Rash, you ever had that little... You've never had that, haven't you? You're always like, you've been chilled since day dot.
Yeah, pretty chilled. I think mine was more sledging. Mine would be more just like the body language, or if you give somebody, you stare at somebody, you give them dirties or whatever it is. Mine more so in that way. It's not so much verbal. It's more so just the presence of just looking at somebody in the eye, maybe staring at him for like 5-10 seconds or something, just to get in that battle.
Who's he gonna slay? Bowl spin. What's he gonna do? Bowl a bouncer.
Bowl a slider, mate. I might bowl a googly. But no.
Have you come up against Rash at any point?
Yeah,
Aside from the nets?
a few times.
What's that like?
Early days in Championship cricket, more recently in the white ball form. He's hard work. Look, I've said it for a few years now that he's the best leg spinner in the world. I know there's a lot of talk about Rashid. Rashid Khan is quality, but he doesn't have the skills that this guy has. He's got so many different deliveries compared to some of the rest of the leg spinners around the world. So, for me, best leg spinner in the world.
Thank
And I'm not just saying it because he's sitting there. I've been saying it for years now.
Yeah. I'm going to come back very quickly to the culture conversation we were having before there was a wicket in the cricket and I got distracted. Obviously, you've referenced quite a few times that East London, like you obviously used to live like in that area of the world. You obviously wear that on your sleeve a little bit. Did you feel like when you were playing cricket, you had to wear that on your sleeve? Did you feel any extra pressure or anything like that?
No, not really. I don't know. What do you mean by that question?
So when you were playing cricket, being a South Asian, were you ever feeling pressure?
No. It didn't really come into my mind at all. It never, ever crossed my mind being South Asian, playing cricket. It just, probably the best thing as well. I think once things like that enter your mind, once negativity and all that sort of rubbish enters your mind, it will affect you. Luckily, I was a bit dumb when I was young, so I was all right.
What's changed? Rash, we've discussed that at length. You still do quite a lot for your community as well in Bradford. Could you feel a sense of responsibility, or it's just something you like doing?
I think a bit of both. I think once you, like I say, play for England and represent England to that level, and you've been around for a little while, and this, when you start getting that right, people look up to him. So you have that responsibility of making sure, right, okay, I've got to give back to the community, but also you look after yourself, represent yourself in a good manner as well, because the next generation of youngsters are looking up to you. So they've got somebody to look up to and think, right, we can get this, we can achieve, playing for England or professional cricket. So if somebody from Bradford has come to do that, we can follow in their footsteps. So I think it's quite essential for myself to making sure that I represent myself well in that manner, so that people come through, they know that, right, this is the way to go about it. So I do have that sense of pride in that way. Genuinely,
you're probably the only South Asian man that I know is always on time. So that's probably there was genuinely people walking through the door today going, it's only 4:15. I'm not even that late, and the event started at 3. So I'm going to do a very quick fire before we get to some questions from the crowd. But before I do that as well, Before we started chatting, Rav, I said to you before Rash got here, there must be something you can tell me about Rash that he maybe has forgotten about, or I've given you about 2 hours to think about this as well, bro.
Rash was always good on bus journeys because we could ask him questions.
What do you mean?
Remember, well, we were talking back in 2009, eh? I was only 21.
Actually,
I was 21. Or 20, sorry.
We were traveling and Rob Key
I'll tell you if it's the truth, eh?
Rob Key asked him a question. Rob Key asked him, where does the meat beef come from? And he said it comes from a lamb. Yeah, that's what you said. There's a couple others, but I can't say it here.
All right, we'll come back.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Let's get into these quick fire questions. Since we're here with Pepe's, we've got to ask you, what's the spiciest match you've ever been involved in, Rash?
Spiciest match. I think go to Rav. Let me have a think.
Go on, Rav.
Spiciest match.
Yeah.
More recently, that T20 semi quarterfinal, Northants versus Surrey recently, that was a bit spicy because they got off to a flyer, getting a couple of wickets early. They were up and about, and it was a little bit spicy out there. So most recent game, to be fair.
I thought you might have referenced one from back in the days when you were giving it loads to someone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I hardly remember, man. It's been 25 years. Hardly remember.
I forget sometimes you're 40.
Yeah, yeah.
Rash?
I think it'll probably be against Australia in a T20 on an ODI. I think that generally, I think that gets at times kind of get a bit spicy in that way. But I don't think it's the same as when Pakistan India play. You'll never have that kind of thinking or that kind of atmosphere around when Pakistan India play. It's really spicy. But generally, you don't get that elsewhere. You might get that in the Ashes, England, Australia, or something like that. But you don't really get that in just normal cricket, if you know what I mean.
Obviously, you played for England, but do you ever have the thought that you would have loved to play in one Pakistan-India match? For the feeling, for that rivalry?
No, that's not crossed my mind.
Really?
No.
Brav? Surely you would have loved it. Like
it has crossed my mind to know what it would feel like to play for India.
Then what happened next in your mind?
I'm only saying that because they represent 1 billion people. Do you know what I mean? There's cricket. Without India, there is no cricket. Let's be fair. They run cricket. All the money comes through them. A lot of the countries in the world can't survive without India. So imagine how much pressure those boys are under day in, day out. So I always wondered what it would be like to play under that sort of pressure.
The adrenaline would have been insane, man.
Yeah, it would be. It would be amazing. You're representing 1 billion people.
Next question. Who's got the hottest head, teammate or opponent?
I think there's a few. I would say Ben Stokes at times. Jason Roy.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Would you agree with that?
Definitely.
Jason Roy. The reason I say that because they have blow-ups. As in they have blow-ups. If they get out or whatever, they actually maybe start throwing the kit around. So that's the one.
Break their bats or punch walls, all sorts.
Punch walls?
Yeah, I've seen it all. I've seen PlayStation pads being thrown everywhere, all sorts.
Were you going Stokesy and Jason Roy as well?
Definitely Jason Roy. Yeah, he proper blows up.
Can I throw one in there? Davey Warner, you've just spent some time at the PSL with him. He's a hothead, isn't he?
Nah, he's all right.
Davey Warner?
Nah, not really.
No?
Nah.
You're just good at winding.
Is that because you saw that thing? That's all. I don't know why you people believe that crap. Listen, that's all.
I know he's your mate, but
it's all filmed, it's all staged and everything. That's why I don't watch sports documentaries. Never ever watch sports documentaries because it's never the truth.
What is the truth?
Well, you got to see it live. You got to see it with your own eyes. That's the truth.
We've got to find someone who's there and see if they say Davey Warner was innocent. Because I know what I saw.
What's the story?
Go on, Rav. Tell us your version of the story.
Well,
I'm going to tell you a biased version.
What are you talking about? The sandpaper stuff. He told us recently because I was in Pakistan with him for a good 6 weeks, and a lot of it isn't true. A lot of it isn't true. A lot of it is true, obviously, but I can't release those.
All right, let's move on. Who was always smelling the best in the dressing room?
Which dressing room are you talking about? You know we've been in about 1,000 dressing rooms.
Pick any dressing room you want, man.
Should we talk about the current dressing room, yeah?
Do you know Shoaib Malik?
Always smells good.
Shoaib Malik always smells good. Always.
Go on.
I would go back to Jason Roy again.
He's
I would say myself, but I can't count myself in it. So I'll go Jason Roy.
All right. Quick fire. Biryani or curry?
Curry.
Biryani.
Ooh, it's opposite way around. Naan or roti?
Roti.
Nice. Chai or coffee?
Chai.
You just had a chai latte, by the way.
I don't know why they call it chai latte. What is
I don't know,
that?
mate. It's a latte.
Yeah. I'm coffee.
Pakore or samosa?
Someone say all day long. All day long.
Yeah, samosa.
Bollywood or cricket highlights? You don't watch sports, by the way, so you can't say cricket.
No, I do watch sports.
Cricket highlights.
No, definitely not Bollywood.
Cricket highlights.
All right. Mango lassi or kulfi?
Mango lassi.
Mango lassi.
Paneer or chicken?
Chicken.
Oh, I love paneer.
Same.
I'm Punjabi.
Yeah. Chicken's good though, especially from Pepe's. Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan?
Salman Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan.
What did you say? Salman Khan. Jalebi or gulab jamun?
Gulab jamun.
Jalebi.
You disagree on practically everything. Finally, Wasim and Waka or Dhoni and Kohli?
Wasim and Waka.
I'm going to say Wasim and Waka, only because that's more, when I was a kid, I watched them growing up.
All right. So let's have some questions from the audience.
Just a question from myself. My name's Hamza. I'm a sports journalist, and I just wanted to ask both Ravi and Adil, just your thoughts on Eoin Morgan, because you both played with him at different parts of your career and his career as well, and you played with him, Adil, in the World Cup final. He had that statement where he said, Dilly, is Allah with us? And he said, always, brother. So what was it like having someone who was so passionate about showing diversity in the dressing room, especially as a captain too?
No, I think obviously when Moggs came in 2015, he really set a standard for everybody. This is how we want to go about things. This is what we represent. And it was a thing of everybody buying into it. And that's what everybody respected. I think obviously it takes time for that, but I think as time went on from 2015, 16, 17, he was all respected in the dressing room and on and off the pitch. I think, but also the biggest thing and biggest attribute he has still is how calm he is under any situation, under pressure, or if things are going well, if they're not going well. I think as a captain, that's a big thing, because sometimes we have captains who are quite emotional in that way. They can show that. You can show if you're on top or not. But I think with Moggs, he's very level-headed, well respected. But I think also the biggest thing he brought in the dressing room was togetherness. I think that's the biggest thing, is making sure that we respect each other, respect each other's beliefs, in the backgrounds you come from, whatever it is, just making sure that we're a unit here. We're all striving towards one goal, which is to win the World Cup at that time, and that's what it was. And he really led that, and he brought everybody into that, not just from the team, but he brought it from the A side, England 19. So everybody was gearing towards that way of playing and thinking. So I think for myself, he's played a massive part of showing the confidence in me, the belief he had in myself. Always, giving me the ball and backing me in that way as well. So it's always a nice feeling to know that, the captain's behind you. But I think, like I said, just beyond cricket itself, I think as a human being, he's very good. He's easily approachable, he's respectful. And like I said, for myself, he's a good friend as well. So I think, without doubt, the best captain I've played under.
I never played under him. I played with him. And Morgie then was just a foot soldier, so yeah, I didn't get the chance to play under him.
All right, thank you for the question, Hamza. Next question is in the back corner over there.
Hello, my name is Regina. I work in digital sports journalism, specifically for cricket. My question is basically more about mentality and mindset. So obviously, bowling in death overs or being a big finisher, how do you deal with pressure early on in your career, and then how does that manifest as you go on to ensure that you're able to perform under pressure to the best of your ability?
Go on, Rav.
I think in terms of the pressure, I think the more you play international cricket at a higher level, I think the less pressure because you've experienced it. So when I first, for example, myself, when I first came into cricket playing for England in 2009, I was only 21. So I had a lot of pressure on myself, the expectations, and really in the mindset of, right, I have to do well, I need to do well. If I don't do well, that's the mindset that used to creep in back then. Because you're going into, like you say, a situation where you're playing against the best, so you don't know how to overcome that. So you put extra pressure where you thought you had to do well, you have to do well, but then I think there's a period of 4 or 5 years for myself from 2009 till 2015 where I wasn't in the England setup, but I was back at Yorkshire playing cricket, turned my life around in outside things as well, got married, had kids, everything. I think then that really took a lot of pressure off in that sense. I started thinking, right, okay, it's a game of cricket and you try your best ultimately, and if you have a good day, great. If you have a bad day, it's not the end of the world. So I think that became my mindset, and I started to really go off on that. So even when I'm playing now, I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? So that kind of mentality, well, you get hit for 6, you get hit for 4, you lose a game, but there's bigger things out there than just a game of cricket. So I think that's what really got me into this kind of mindset.
Sorry, the answer to your question. Generally, the first time you ever experience pressure, you generally don't do very well. You don't perform very well. It's very rare that the first time you're really under pressure that you perform really well in that situation. But what ends up happening is you go away and you learn from it, because you sit there, you think about it when you go back home or you go back to your room or whatever, and you beat yourself up and you say, oh my God, I didn't perform under that sort of pressure. I need to sort myself out. And generally, that's where you build those barriers and those walls to sometimes block it out in certain situations. There's various techniques for people. Right, if it's immediate and I'm feeling a lot of pressure, you can use certain techniques. Deep breathing generally helps. But that's going like straight to the point. But you might have pressure, anxiety about a match that you got next week, or an event next week. Let's just not talk about cricket only. Generally, most of the time in life, it turns out okay. So whatever you're thinking is going to happen next week, and it could go wrong, or it generally doesn't. You get over it, and whatever happens, it just happens. So, and that's a great way of going about it. Sometimes all out.
Next question.
I'm Davina. I'm a sports content creator, big India fan, so I'm quite happy right now. My question to you is, I'm working on a content series called 0 to 100, and it highlights the intricacies and emotions of a sport, in this case cricket. And if there was someone who had never watched a game of cricket, which game or match or series would you highlight to showcase that? So which would show like the beauty of cricket for someone who's never watched it before?
I think it's a tricky one. It depends how old is the person into cricket. How old is he? To put it in context.
So you have like, let's say...
Because if it's quite young, you will get him into...
Let's say like 15, 16.
I think in terms of the format itself first, I think you will try and get them into... Obviously, in terms of entertainment-wise, we'll get them to T20 cricket. But I think, again, you'll try to show them the basics and the actual of Test cricket and the rivalry and the whole, grind in Test cricket. This is what's required. This is what it is over 5 days and stuff. I know this day and age it's all about T20 cricket and it's the fast pace, but I think the whole traditional cricket, going back to the roots of it, is definitely the best way in my eyes. It's up to
I would say if someone didn't know and you wanted to show them cricket, you could go back to the T20 final, West Indies, England and India. Carlos Brathwaite's, heroics in the last over. The World Cup final that England were involved in with New Zealand, where, he dives in, the ball hits the bat and it goes, or Stokes' bat goes for 4. I mean, you get someone who's never seen cricket before, doesn't even know what it is, you get them to sit there and watch those 2 games, they will start watching cricket, in my opinion.
Perfect. Thank you.
Next question.
Hi there. My name is Rakin, and I have a question for Adil. So I'm a big England cricket fan, right? I've watched them win the 2019 World Cup, 2022 World Cup. They were like holding both white ball tournament trophies at the same time. And then after that, from 2023, even the latest championship trophy where they struggled to win a single game. it was very difficult for me to watch them and like especially defend England against my friends who might support another team, but I still buy the latest England jersey and try to get your autograph and everything. I just want to know like what went wrong for England team from winning 2 World Cups to losing games such a like struggling against team that they might expect it to win. Like even in the current against South Africa, they didn't do the best. I just want to know like what went wrong from winning 2 World Cup to struggling at the moment.
I think that's part and parcel of sport. I think generally, not just cricket, but I think whether it's football, whatever it is, you can't always win every game. You can't always win every tournament. So you look at look at India, for example. How many World Cups have they won in their career? How many in T20 ODI? So it's not always just about every tournament you play, you're expected to win. Yes, we want to win, but at times, the other teams play well. At times, you're out of form, or just as a team, you're not clicking. So that's okay, and that happens in sport. You very rarely would you win every World Cup or every game you play. So I think from there, sometimes, like you say, we had 2019, 2022, and then over a period, I think 2 years, we lost 2019 and 22, the T20 World Cup. Yeah, but it's probably more of a click as well in terms of as a team we didn't click well. There's a few people coming in.
It's also really difficult for one team to dominate for more than 10 years in any sport. Like you're not going to get very often that one team's going to dominate for 10 years and then carry on for another 5 years. It doesn't happen because players get rotated out. Some players retire, you get new guys coming in, and you might still perform up until it's usually about 10 years. Dominance happens over 10 years, and then suddenly someone else takes over. And it's the same with superstars. You get one absolute superstar every 10 years, really. Sachin, then you had Virat Kohli, and then the next one comes along once Virat Kohli's finished. It sort of cycles in those sort of times. So there's one team's not going to keep dominating for the next 50 years. It just doesn't happen.
Keep sporting though, eh?
It sounded like he was ready to quit. Tez, next question, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It's been a great event, and I think we should commend the fact that you guys, that there are thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of cricketers that start their careers as kids and want to play for England, and the fact that you guys achieve that is monumental. And being from our background as well is incredible. Incredible. And I'm a big fan of when you guys lost to Pakistan now and again. So thank you for those little moments of joy that you brought me. My question is, there's been a lot of controversies that have been publicised in cricket over the last 25 years, from about 1999, 2000 onwards. Without naming specific names or countries or players or anything like that, is there stuff that you guys know, like behind the scene controversies, be it match fixing, drugs, cheats, whatever, that you're like, oh, if the public found out about that, it'd be like insane? Because there's stuff that we found out, Pakistan's match fixing, Hansi Cronje, this, that. Is there stuff that we don't know about that you cricketers know about that you're like,
loads of stuff you don't know.
Because Adil's shaking his head going, there's nothing I know, but Ravi knows all the secrets.
Ravi knows a lot.
There's loads. Obviously, you don't know for a reason.
Sure.
I'm not going to say. I can't say it here.
No, I'm not asking you to say. I'm just wondering if there's a lot of
He's
stuff.
going to ask you as soon as you leave the room, by the way.
There's loads of stuff that happens, which
Like
the general public would never see. There's loads.
Just a question for all you guys. How do you balance enjoying Asian food whilst also staying physically fit? Does that get easier? Is it challenging with age?
Do you know what? Asian food's not bad for you, though. It's a myth. It's not actually bad for you. What's bad about Asian food? We put fresh ingredients, everything. What spices? Spices are good for you.
The portions, the oil, the ghee,
The
carbs,
portions are based on how much you feel like eating. But I think Asian food is good for you. It's some of the best food, in my opinion. All the ghee, but they tell us to eat ghee now. They tell us, no, don't eat ghee, but it's really bad for you. I think Asian food's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that we suffer with is too much sugar. We love sugar, and we eat a lot. We eat a lot of sugar. So sugar in terms of rice, breads and stuff. That's the only thing you got to avoid to an extent. But other than that, the curries we make are fresh, man. It's proper food. I think it's also there's a myth out there that we like eat super healthy and all that sort of stuff. We don't really.
Well, I don't.
Because we know we're gonna train anyway, and we're gonna play a lot of cricket. So then we can get away with eating whatever we want. Really, it's just the only thing you need to watch is your food, what you're going to eat immediately before performance. That's the only thing you need to watch. The rest of it is we're like anyone else.
Cool. Final question, and then we can go in there, eat some Pepe's food, and not watch the cricket. I'm going to take 2 questions because there's also Noah Waiting, who's huge fan of the pod, and he's here because he won the competition. But we are going to take a question from here quickly. Hit me, bro.
Right, Hamza here. For those of you who don't know me, I sing the sheet, Sufi music. Anyways, for the brothers here, Ravi and Rash. Ravi, that knock in Surrey, amazing. Had the best view. I was straight. You're 40 years old. Yeah. I want to ask, how do you keep going that long? Rash, obviously you still playing international cricket. For longevity, what's your advice and what's next for you guys?
I think for longevity is hunger. If you still want to perform, there's an addiction to performing. There's a buzz that you get, and I think most sportsmen are addicted to that. And eventually you got to walk away from it. But as long as your body is fit enough and you can still train, then I think you should play professional sport as long as possible. That would be my advice to any professional cricketer that's out there right now, because you are addicted to those moments, and they don't come around very often. So I think that's what keeps people going at a later stage.
What's next for you?
Next, I would say I'd want to stay in cricket because I love the game. So coaching will be the path I think I'll take, and then let's see. I'm only halfway through my life.
You've done a bit of coaching,
Only
right?
halfway.
You've done a bit of coaching, no?
In Pakistan?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Karachi.
How did you...
I'm trying to pick him for Karachi.
How was that experience coaching Pakistani players? Because most of the time, Pakistani people, we just... I don't
Bro,
know
it's
if
one
an
question,
Asian
man.
thing. I don't know if it's an Asian thing, but we don't really listen to any of your advice. How did you find that experience in Pakistan?
No, it was good. I really enjoyed coaching in PSL. I had a very good team as well. The team that we built was strong, and I think it's going to be even stronger this year as well. So I do fancy ourselves to be title runners, or at least get to the finals this year with some of the players that we're going to keep as well, and retain. So we'll be adding some new players. Hopefully Adil Rashid will be available and makes himself available.
So for PSL?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm free. if I'm free, I would. But I think the answer to, I think one is, like you said, the hunger, but also I think it's that drive of always willing to learn and trying to become the best in your own mind. I think that's for myself, that's my mindset, is always looking to get better day by day, always learning until you actually hang up the boots, not being satisfied with what you got. It's trying each day come right, regardless of the outcome in terms of performance, whether you do well or don't. It's the actual preparation in nets, in mindset. Am I working on certain things to get better? Am I working on certain, different balls to get them better? That's when you keep going. I think if you don't have that hunger, if it's just day by day you're going and you're just going on day by day, I think that's when you know it's time to really, it's close to calling it a day. But I think if you got that hunger and have that mindset of, I want to become the best in your own mind, you have that vision and strive, you'll always look to keep going for as long as you can.
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Hamza. Last question, Noah.
Question for Ravi. Obviously, that knock against Surrey was pretty special. Where does it rank amongst your favourites? And are you going to continue playing county cricket next year?
That is a question mark, whether I'm going to carry on playing county cricket next year. I think I'll decide probably after Christmas on that one. Where does that knock rank? It'll be up there. It'll be a few of people said they think it's my best knock. But it's weird what the crowd sees is very different to what the player feels. There's been other knocks where I've hit the ball way better than that, and I would rank them higher because my control stats would have been way better. So the ball would have hit the middle of the bat more than it did on that night. So that's how we see it. And did I have full control of the whole innings against Surrey? No, I probably didn't. But did I have full control of the 100 I got against Kent a couple of years ago? Yeah, everything. I felt like I could hit every ball for 4 or 6. So that would rank higher, in my opinion. But I know for the crowd that knock against Surrey was one of their favourite knocks they'd ever seen you play.
Thank you for that, Noah. Thank you, everyone, for all the questions. Thank you for watching along. For whatever reason you're not subscribed to the channel yet, firstly, how did you get in here? Secondly, go and subscribe. And again, thank you very much. And we'll see you all on the other side of that wall. Thank you, guys. And here's a teaser for next week's Beard Before Wicket podcast.
And even after that innings against New Zealand, I got 100 there and a 50, I think, in the next game. But there was a lean patch after that too. So I was on the verge of getting dropped before the next 100 came. And then, yeah, so that was like, you're never quite sure. Even after 20 games, you still, if you're not performing consistently, you're never guaranteed a spot.